Hi there and welcome to another cooking video brought to you by Fresh Approach. Today we're making shaved asparagus salad. This is a really quick and refreshing spring salad that will take you no more than 10-15 minutes to prepare and make all together. There's about only 5 simple ingredients, so let's get started. Okay, for the shaved asparagus salad, here are the ingredients you'll need and some tools and equipment. First, you'll need a bunch of asparagus. They're in season right now at the farmer's market, so I picked up my asparagus from the farmer's market. The recipe calls for 1 bunch, and try to look for asparagus stalk that have wide and large stems so it's easier for you to shave. But even if you get ones that are smaller, we can just cut them very, very thinly sliced, which I'll show you. The recipe also calls for green onion, 2 green onion stalks, so we'll only need 2 for this recipe. We're gonna chop them thinly as well. The recipe also calls for 1 cup of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I don't have Parmigiano Reggiano, but I do have Manchego cheese. It is a goat cheese, and I have 1 cup here, so it's just what I have on hand, and it's shredded, so you can use any low moisture cheese if that's what you have on hand, just to try it out. And then lastly, it calls for 3 to 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. I just ran out of fresh lemon, but luckily I have lemon juice on hand, so I'll be able to use that. So again, just using what I have on hand. And then lastly, you're gonna need a bowl of ice ice and water, so basically an ice bath, because after we shave and cut our asparagus and our green onion, we're going to put it in this ice bath, and I will share why in just a moment. You'll also need a veggie peeler and a knife. Again, if you have smaller asparagus that we're going to cut thinly sliced, or you can use the vegetable peeler for the larger stalks here. All right, and with that, these are our 4 or 5 main ingredients if you're counting ice and water. So let's get started. All right, so first make sure you get your ice bath ready to go. So I just have some, I had one already started with the asparagus that we've shaved. And so the point of the ice bath is because after you shave them, this is to release some of bitter taste from the asparagus that we usually get when it's raw, and to help it be a lot more crunchy. So, because it is a shaved asparagus salad, again, we recommend getting the asparagus with larger stems. From the tip where the flowers are, I'm going to start my peeler there and shave it down to the end of the stem. Okay, so I'm going to hold it here, take my vegetable peeler and run it through. Sometimes I pull with my right hand and I push with my left hand, so to create these ribbons. And sometimes it breaks. I just turn it over and do as many as I can. Again, it's easier with the larger stems, so we recommend you get those, but once they break off, you can just go in with a knife and thinly slice them. Make sure you do them as a size that you like. So you get this variation of ribbons and thinly sliced asparagus, and then you're going to throw it into your ice bath. So they crisp up, and the water absorbs a bit of that bitterness from the raw asparagus, because this will be a raw asparagus salad. So for these thinner asparagus, it's going to be a little more challenging for me to peel them. So as you see, hold on to one side. I could, for the most part, get them peeled. But then when it becomes a little difficult, I go in with my knife and then we slice them. Make sure you have your fingers back and you use your knuckles as a guide. Never have your nails out. You want to have your nails tucked in with the claw cutting method. So again, you're going to either ribbon with the vegetable peeler or thinly slice with a knife for your pound of asparagus. So I'm going to do that, and I will come back with cutting the green onion. So I've finished cutting my whole asparagus bunch. I'm gonna have this sitting here no more than maybe 5 minutes. Again, just so they can crisp up, release a lot of that bitterness, and to preserve it from browning. For the green onions, I'm going to thinly slice them as well. So I'm just going to do them in strands. And then a bit of an angle for some texture. And then I'm doing the whites and the greens. So thinly slicing everything here. And then also throwing that into my ice bath so it can crispen up and it neutralizes, that was the word, neutralizes the flavor of the asparagus. So we'll come back in a few minutes and assemble everything. I did forget to mention one of the ingredients that we will use in our asparagus salad is extra virgin olive oil. So make sure you have a 1/4 cup that we have here as well to use in this recipe. All right, it's been 5 minutes since our asparagus and green onion were in the ice bath. Again, here's what the pieces look like, just a variation of thinly sliced and ribbon asparagus pieces. I'm going to put it into a salad spinner and to dry them off. You can even pat it down with a towel if that is your preference, or if that's what you have on hand. I just remove the excess water and then I'm going to give it a good toss again. All right, there's our asparagus. And I'm going to transfer this into a mixing bowl so I can add all the rest of our ingredients. So in goes in our asparagus and the green onion. I'm going to add in about 3 to 4 tablespoons of lemon. Again, fresh lemon is definitely better, but I just ran out, so just use what you have on hand. Just a great reminder that asparagus is in season for the spring, so this is a really nice, like, light and refreshing salad. Give that a good toss. I'm gonna add my last of lemon. Again, use fresh lemon. All right, we're gonna gently add in our grated cheese. I have manchego cheese here. Let's give it a good toss. I love how healthy and like light this dish is. Asparagus is not my favorite vegetable, but when I make this dish, I get excited to eat it every time. Just because it's so different and light and refreshing and a fun way to use the asparagus. Here's what it's looking like so far. And then we're gonna drizzle in our olive oil. I think I would personally add some pepper just for a little bit of color, a little pop of color, but I think that's good there. I didn't use all my olive oil, but there is our shaved asparagus salad. Let's plate this. Add some cracked pepper on the top. All right, this is what we made today. This is our shaved asparagus salad, perfect for the spring, really light and refreshing. The lemon gives it a nice, refreshing and tangy taste, along with the cheese. It's like a really nice pairing with the asparagus and the lemon. Asparagus is great because it's high in fiber and has good vitamins and minerals to provide us. So just another great way to shop and eat what's in season at the local farmers market and try out a new way to eat asparagus. I hope you try it out and enjoy.